Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco. It's time to do an unboxing of Pandemic Fall of Rome. This game by Matt Leacock and Paulo Mori from Seaman Games. It's a new pandemic game, and this time it's all about protecting Rome from the barbarian horde coming from the north. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Pandemic fan. I do like the Pandemic Legacy a lot, but I think I will like this one because one thing that I don't really like about Pandemic is the theme, saving the world from all those diseases and all that. I think this is much cooler with a historical theme instead. So let's check this out. Here we have the main board, and kind of small. I think smaller than the normal Pandemic board. So we have the European map here, and we're going to protect Rome, of course. And we have these places out here where sort of cubes will build up, which will represent these different tribes of barbarians that come to try to sack Rome. And from what I understand, one way to lose as normal Pandemic, you can lose sort of by, you will draw these sort of infection cards, or where sort of cards, I'm not sure what they are called, but where the tribes will pop up on the map. But then you will also it's possible to lose by getting into too much decline over here, sort of like infections. And as you can see here, I think you can also get into decline by being corrupt, which is something interesting and something new for Pandemic. Then we have, of course, cubes, a bunch of cubes. Different colors. I guess these are the different tribes, and I think they will build up like this in these spots and then travel out into the world. We have some dice. This is something new and, well, not something that I'm sure I will enjoy, but in this game you will fight using dice. A bit weird for Pandemic, but you sort of have hits and you take damage and so on. You can lose your legionnaires, these little red guys here. So you will fight out on the map. I'm not sure if I will like it or not, we'll see. You have these legionnaire meeples, which are pretty cool. And they will fight these barbarian cubes, basically. Then you have these tokens that represent, sort of, instead of, you know, the different diseases, instead you will have down here, you'll have the different tribes. And what you try to do is you try to ally with these guys to win the game. If you can ally with them, or let's say you ally with half of them or a few of them, and then you wipe out the other ones, then the world is safe once again. So once you got the sort of some kind of contract signed with them, then you will put one of these markers down here to indicate that. So here's some more cubes, not sure what they are for, why they are in a separate bag. Same thing here, seems like just more of the same, not sure why they are separated like that. You have the pawns, they're pretty boring in my way, in my opinion, kind of boring player pawns that you have in Pandemic. I guess they work well. Then you have, like, instead of research stations, you have these towers. So you'll place these towers out and sort of fortify different places on the map and have your legionnaires as well to defend from the invading hordes. Then we have some cards. And these cards are of two different kinds, I guess. I think these are the sort of, what's it called? Well, like the cards you have up here that you draw at the end of each turn, right? And you will get these different areas, and then you can, I guess you can like travel to them by boat or so on, just like normal Pandemic. And these are also the ones that you need to get, like, I think, like, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 red of the same color, and then you can make an alliance, sort of like during a disease. You also have some revolt cards, which are basically the infect cards or epidemics. So they will increase the meter up here, they will intensify and so on. You have some special cards as well, and these are a bit special because here you have, like, this one: during one battle this turn, set the dice to the result you want instead of rolling them. Well, that's nice. Or do the above for every battle this turn, but then you take some corruption, so you will corrupt Rome. So if you're doing good on the decline, because I think if enough cubes build up in one space, we will have like an outbreak, or they will sack the city, I think it's called, and then the decline happens. But if you can avoid that, then you can instead use some decline here to do special actions more powerful than normal, which is a cool concept. It's something new for the game. Here we have the different players, different, and that's kind of cool as well. Like this console guy, he has his special abilities, right? He's the yellow player, all that. But he also has a special symbol down here. So if you roll this symbol on the die, it's 1 and 6. Then you activate his special symbol, which is to add 1 legion to your city. They all have different special abilities. So that's kind of cool as well. We've seen that in other games, but it's cool to implement that here. Then we have these sort of infection cards, and I guess these are player aids. Yeah. The infection cards are basically the different regions. The thing though here is that some of the regions, like down here, this one has both a green and a white. So Philippolis exists both in the white deck and in the green. You will shuffle these together, of course. So it could happen twice, right? And we have Rome as well. They will try to get into Rome. Also, when we draw one of these cards, they are not going to just pop up at the map. Instead, they have to sort of travel. So if the green player, he starts over here. Well, not the player, the green barbarian, the Huns. If he wants to go over here to Brundisium, he has to first go here. And then he keeps building up like this. And then finally he can get to Rome. So that's a bit different as well from basic Pandemic, where they just pop up somewhere. So some new stuff here, some old mechanics that we recognize, which yeah, sounds interesting, and I'm excited to try this out. I will do this in a cooperative live play, I think, during Christmas, if I find the time. So thank you so much for watching Pandemic Fall of Rome unboxing, and I hope that you got to see what you wanted to see here from it, in case you're interested in picking it up and so on. We'll be back with a gameplay video as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening or morning, or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye bye.
Be like Draco. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.